9 Eyewitness News. This is a Severe Weather Center 9 update.
Right now, we're joining you with updates on severe weather moving into the Mecklenburg County area. Right now, we have a severe thunderstorm warning underway right now. I'm Brittany Johnson.
And it's possible if you were up right now, you may have heard all of that wind outside. Let's get to our team of meteorologists. They've been up all night tracking those storms as they move up from the south to our area. Here's meteorologist Keith Monday and Jacqueline Shearer.
Yeah, guys, we're here in the studio this morning to track this line of severe weather coming in. We were talking about the threats over the weekend, and those threats are really coming in quickly now as we head through the morning. Timing right on schedule. We expected the worst to be between 4 and 8 a.m., and here we are. We have these two big red boxes encompassing our viewing area from Rock Hill, Chester, Charlotte, all the way northbound. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings. Right now, there's severe thunderstorm warnings. So far, no tornadic activity coming in, but let's dig into this line. We'll start on the immediate metro area here around Charlotte, from Cornelius back toward Lowellsville to Stanley to Dallas to Gastonia. Intense lightning coming in across the northern sections of York and southern sections of Gaston County here. Intense downpour that's coming in through Kings Mountain. That's where some of the worst weather is right now. And in these pockets where you see more of the intense red, that's where we could easily find winds gusting well over 50 to 60 miles per hour. Farther south, west of York, that line continues to extend farther southward. And then as we extend northbound, more very heavy rain working through Statesville, through Taylorsville. It's a little lighter back toward the mountains, but this is the initial line. There is still more back to the southwest coming out of the upstate, and we've had a few tornado warnings. Right now, nothing tornadic coming in out of Greenville, but this line is going to continue to race off to the northeast, anywhere from 55 to almost 60 miles per hour. So we draw the line here where we expect this to roll on through, moving up to the northeast at just about, we'll put it close to 60 as this line is going to be moving very quickly on through. That would put it in McAdenville around 424, Mount Holly around 428, Mooresville around 433 this morning. So intense activity beginning to work its way on into the region this morning with these big downpours. And this is, again, just the very beginning stages of this. We've been tracking these downpours all night coming in out of the west, and the main line still has several hours to go before this officially pulls on through and out of our area. So we have team coverage coming in through this morning. We have meteorologist Jacqueline Shearer also over in Severe Weather Center 9 monitoring this line, the history of this line, and what the damage has already been done just out to our west. I mean, we had a report not that long ago, Jack, where we had reports of multiple homes damaged in Seneca, South Carolina, which I'm not familiar with what that is, just to the west of Clemson.
Yeah, very close to us here, and there's total damage in that area of those homes is the report that we're getting in right now. You know, we have a lot of alerts in effect as well. As we're taking a look at this early warning Doppler 9 image, I'll actually turn off some of that radar imagery so you can see just how big these severe thunderstorm warnings are. And we're talking about winds gusting up to 60 miles an hour, these storms producing hail as well, and the potential that these storms could produce a tornado as they push towards us. So in addition to these severe thunderstorm warnings, we also, of course, have that tornado watch in effect for almost our entire area, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of these counties joining in over the next few hours here. All of this shaded in yellow, that is a tornado watch here, and most of this will expire at 8 a.m., but some of this will stay in effect, especially for our South Carolina counties, until 11 a.m. And as we were talking about South Carolina, of course, we were talking about some of that damage. We've seen damage in Georgia, damage in Tennessee, homes destroyed there as well. So I want to show you here over the last 24 hours, and we're actually going to really pull this back here so I can let you see just how many storm reports we've really gotten here. As we're zooming out here, you can see all of these dots here on this screen. Those ones that look like this, those are wind reports, high wind reports, but these ones that look like a little tornado, those are tornado reports. And this is the past 24 hours. We were seeing damage in Texas overnight last night into tomorrow morning, and it has gradually pushed towards us, and it looks like we're going to start seeing these damage reports for us here pretty soon, Keith.
Yeah, and these winds are just howling here. I just plotted some of the wind speeds coming in through Cleveland County, around Shelby, up toward Cherryville and near Lincolnton. I mean, wind speeds easily 70 miles per hour. Now, this is a little bit off the ground level as you go up about 1,000 feet. So as that heavy rain comes down, it's going to pull down these strong winds along with it. Anywhere you see those brighter shades of red right around our area, that's where you're going to come across seeing the potential for some of those stronger damaging winds to begin to roll on in here this morning toward our area. Not that that strong yet coming into Charlotte, but definitely through Cleveland, through Gaston, through Lincoln counties. But the wind alone this morning has been strong even outside of the thunderstorms, and that's already causing trees to come down. We've had multiple reports of trees down in Burke County back to the west overnight through this morning, and even getting a report now of a tree down in Charlotte as well. We have Eyewitness News reporter Gina Esposito live out in Plaza Midwood. Gina, is that where you are, and what are you seeing out there?
Yeah, Keith, we're here in Plaza Midwood. The wind picking up just a little bit here, but behind me, check this out. This is a large tree, and you can see that some of its branches actually fell down. This is blocking the plaza right now. This is inbound as you approach Central Avenue. So this tree actually fell last night. We can see still hasn't been cleaned up. I want to show you some of the damage here. As you can see, this is a home right next to this tree. You can see some branches fell on top of the roof. It's been tarped up, thank goodness, because we are expecting more rain and wind, like Keith mentioned. Again, some damage here, piece of the roof falling off right here. There was actually some people out here last night on the roof working to remove some of those branches and patch this up. But again, this is sort of the danger that we're facing this morning with some of these large trees here. As you can see, a large trunk, but again, those heavy branches came down. Actually, this branch on the front lawn of another home here, as you can see, hard to tell the damage to this home here, but again, the other large branch, that's the one that's down here across the plaza. Again, in Plaza Midwood as you approach Central Avenue here. Just a reminder, stay safe out there this morning, but again, this is probably going to be like this throughout the morning. Back to you guys.
All right, Gina, thank you so much. Gina Esposito live for us in Plaza Midwood. Now we want to give you a live look at the situation at South Tryon and Westinghouse. This is in Southwest Charlotte, and you can see you've got the police lights there. It looks like crews are around what appears to be power lines that are down in the road right there. Again, you can look across the street there and see several law enforcement vehicles, it appears, with their blue lights going, but the traffic lights there are out. We've also learned that 93 people do not have power because of this, and this, again, just the beginning. That is part of nearly 3,000 people in Mecklenburg County that are without power right now. And remember, the bulk of the storm has not gotten here yet. Also, let's get a look at York County. That's where they have nearly 1,000 outages. Now, to put that number into perspective, we checked what the storms did in Asheville around midnight just a few hours ago. They had about 20,000 outages. Now, we'll stay on top of the outage reports for you, also down trees. But now we want to go ahead and give you a live look. We've got meteorologist Tony Sadiku out there in the field. Tony, what are you seeing? You're at 12th and College.
Yeah, Brittany, I mean, we've been telling people, preaching to people, you know, you want to have a severe weather plan. You want to have multiple ways of getting alerts. But the fact is there are people in our community who just can't do that because this is their home. I'm on North Tryon right now, just outside of Uptown. We've been driving through the college area. You follow the loop into North Tryon, and what you see are tents, one after another in a row. I mean, there are dozens of them. In fact, we've seen more over the last several weeks with the coronavirus. You can see a lot of them do have tarps, but I mean, this is the last place you want to be, of course. I mean, it's tough to protect yourself, let alone from lightning or strong winds. And it's just, you know, it's hard to face the fact, but the reality is these are our neighbors. You can see right now things are clear and calm, but like Keith and Jack have been talking about, there's a severe thunderstorm warning with the system that's just to our west, and that's going to be pushing in here momentarily, and things are going to be deteriorating over the next half hour or so. We know this system has a history of producing a lot of damage. Of course, we're going to do our best to stay safe, but of course keep these folks in your thoughts and prayers this morning. Keith and Jack.
Yeah, it's a lot of things to remember out there. A lot of folks not having the luxury of having the shelter this morning. Let's get you caught up again as we get closer to the bottom of the hour here and reset closer to 4:30. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for most of all of the entire central part of the viewing area from Lincoln, Gaston, Cleveland up through Catawba, Iredell, Mecklenburg County until 5:15. Southward, the warning, same timeline for York and Chester counties till 5:15 as well, as this line is just racing off to the northeast at almost 60 miles per hour, and it's already impacting folks up towards Salisbury. The line extends back down to the southwest and moving up to the northeast, close to 60 here. So here are the times. York, it's coming in basically now. Same for Cramerton, Whitewater Center area of West Charlotte, about 4:39. Less than 10 minutes, just about 10 minutes or so. Huntersville around 4:43. This stuff is moving very, very quickly. So it's not going to be around for long, but it's going to bring a very strong punch along with it. And along with the rainfall, you can see as we dig in here into Charlotte, seeing some heavy rains already out ahead of the main line down toward Matthews, Indian Trail, Stallings, over to Mint Hill, and then of course the big stuff out here to the west. Look at the intense lightning right now over toward Dallas and into Gastonia. Let's zoom in here, seeing some of the purple showing up on our radar. You may find some hail coming down here in downtown Gastonia as well. Look at that intense lightning pushing on through south to the Crowders area, the Bowling Green community, Clover, as you head down Highway 321 into York County. Now, some of the activity that was further back to the west, even ahead or behind this line, back here over to Greenville, had some tornadic activity with it earlier. We talked about the damage reports coming down near Clemson and near Seneca. That has weakened. I think this main line here is taking over, so to speak. So this is what we have to watch closely. But on top of all this, it's not just the wind threat, which could be easily over 60 miles an hour. Folks in Clover and Gastonia and Cornelius, West Charlotte, go ahead and take shelter now. While they may not have a tornado warning with this, the winds are going to be quite strong. But also the intense rainfall. I saw a report from the Weather Service just a moment ago in Collinsville up in Caldwell County of water covering the road. So that's going to be one of the factors we have to worry about here as well, is some flash flooding. And that's one thing that meteorologist Jacqueline Shear is looking into this morning.
Yeah, you know, some of these rainfall totals, some of these rainfall rates have been pretty significant as we've been going through the past few hours. So let's take a look here at what we're dealing with at this point. Some of these reds here, over 2 inches an hour falling, and it's just falling over and over again, hitting the same areas and moving relatively slowly as it's been going through the foothills. So you can see just how how quickly some of that rain is falling. And even ahead of the main line, we have seen some that's 1.5 inches an hour for that rainfall rate. So as we're talking about some of those flooding concerns, I'm going to show you what we're seeing here, which is all of our flood alerts in effect right now. And there are quite a few of them. They're pretty messy here. We're talking about flash flood warning in the high country and quite a few flood alerts as well in specific parts around rivers, around those banks, things like that tend to overflow already. If you are in an area that you know tends to see that water pooling, if you are in a low-lying area, that's something you want to be mindful of, is that this could be causing concerns there as these areas continue to get hit by all of this heavy rain. And of course, this aerial flood advisory right around Hickory here because of those downpours. This will stay in effect until 10:15. So one thing you also want to keep in mind is after that rainfall stops, we continue to see that risk of flooding. So even after this storm has passed us, as we go through this morning, which it will pass us over the next few hours, we'll still continue to be dealing with that rainfall risk. It's now 4:31. We just want to let you know we've been on for about 10 minutes now tracking some severe thunderstorms and tornado watches throughout our area. And we're going to send things back now to Keith, looking at some of those big storms headed our way.
Yeah, and the wind speeds particular out of this. Now we're seeing some winds that are again up above us, above ground level. So these aren't winds that are reaching the ground necessarily, but still close to 80-mile-per-hour winds or faster in Cleveland County. And as that heavy rain falls, it can easily pull down some of those very strong winds. And notice how all this shade of red, that's wind that's flowing away from the radar site, which is back down. We're looking at the radar data coming out of Greenville, since this data is closer to their radar, and that's blowing away from the radar. There's no circulation with this, but that can cause easily some damage with winds well over 60 miles an hour. 60 is kind of the threshold. When we get above that is when we could look at some damage. So I want folks at Shelby and Cherville, Lincoln, Maiden, Eastern Lincoln County, folks around Stanley and Lucia, go ahead and take shelter now away from windows. Get to the interior-most part of your house. And while there may not be a tornado risk with this at the moment, I'm concerned about some very strong wind coming in along with us. So let's go back now to live early warning Doppler 9. We'll go back to the live radar set, and you can see that some of those stronger winds are even behind where that main line of thunderstorms is. So we're seeing that still lingering in many areas. So here we go as the line's going to continue to push off to the east at a very rapid pace. As a matter of fact, we put this into motion. I mean, this is over just a 30-minute loop here, going all the way from near Gaffney to just about into Charlotte over a 30-minute stretch. These storms are moving at about 60 miles per hour. So may not be in one spot for a very long time, but while they're in place, they are going to remain very quite strong, that is for sure. as that line begins to push on through further off. Now, how much longer this is going to stay with us here through the day today? It's rolling through now, so between now and 6 o'clock, it's going to start to push over the Charlotte metro. So over the next hour and a half is when we're going to see the worst weather from all this. Clear conditions will start to take shape out to the west, and we're already seeing that a little bit up in the mountains. Still raining heavily up there, but severe weather threat for the mountains is starting to calm a little bit. By 7 and 8 o'clock this morning, then it begins to push out of the area, and look by 10 and 11. Maybe some leftover showers for the mountains, but the day will trend much more calm than what we're seeing out there, obviously, for this morning. So we'll see things improve as the day goes on. This is just an early morning event, but these storms do have a history of producing tornadic winds out across the upstate of South Carolina. So that's why we're watching all this activity very closely as we head here through the rest of the morning. So that's the latest as it stands for the moment. The severe thunderstorm warning here until 5:15 for Charlotte through Mecklenburg County. I'm going to reset some of the radar data here. I'll come back here in just a second, so we'll get on some more information. We've had reports of trees down out there, Blaine. It's in just a real mess of a morning, and this is still just beginning.